Hi there, Dr. Keith talking for Third Age Wisdom, and I'm going to introduce a series of short videos on the topic of inflammation. Why? Well, the answer is that inflammation is the absolute basic fundamental entry gateway into a healthy old age. We've got to look at this, we've got to take it seriously. Inflammation is what ages and damages our tissues. It underlies so many diseases, arthritis, obvious aging diseases like arthritis, but, not so obvious ones like diabetes. Cancer has an inflammatory element. Our blood vessels get inflamed, and that's often what leads to coronary heart attacks. The coronary arteries get blocked. Alzheimer's is very definitely a version of inflammation. And of course, it's, dementia is one of the markers for old age. So I'm standing here at the gateway, as it were, to third age wisdom and telling you, look, you must look at this problem. It's probably the most important health issue that you're facing. And if we can quench, that's a good word, by the way, quench inflammation, it means that it'll go quiet and you'll feel better for a start, and you'll live longer because your organs will survive relatively intact. You see, the characteristics of inflammation, heat and pain and redness, those are often the important things. You get a swollen finger, it's swelling, it hurts, it's red, and it's uncomfortable. These are the very characteristic markers of inflammation. But there's one, medical students used to learn the Latin, right? Rubor, tuber, calor, and dolor. Redness, pain, swelling, and what was the other one? Heat, yes, heat. But a Roman guy called Galen added another one. In Latin it was called functio laesa, which means loss of function. All right, cut the Latin crap. All it's saying is things won't work properly once they're inflamed. And so we need to be conscious of inflammation, and we need to do everything in our power to beat it. I'm introducing now a series of short videos that are going to tell, I call these my 9 inflammations. Originally it was 7, so let's call it 7 plus 2 inflammations, or my 9 inflammations. And I've picked the main and obvious ones to look out for. I mean, you could split it up into hundreds. If you took, a whitlow on your fingernail, you've got a sore knee, or I had a sty on it last week. These are sort of minor variations of what we call inflammation. But the big worry, trust me, is what we call chronic inflammation. Acute inflammation is nature's wisdom. Invaders get in, bacteria, viruses, the immune system pounces on it, and there's an attack, there's a battle, in fact. And Hippocrates was the clever chappie that pointed out this battle is actually the disease. If our bodies didn't fight back, there wouldn't be a disease. You'd be dead, but there'd be no disease. He called it the ponos, which is the origin of our word for pain, of course. So it's very important, this fight, and we remove the invader and then all is good again. And inflammation goes away. The problem comes when the inflammation doesn't go away. It lingers and it goes on for months or years. It can be decades in the end. And if that happens to you, I'm afraid you're going to age a lot faster than you would want to. And also age uncomfortably. This is aches and pains and stiffness and creaking, and your thoughts are not so good because you've got an inflamed brain, so you can't remember the date, and you've forgotten why you've come into this room. What was it I wanted? All that's about chronic inflammation. We don't want it, we want to fix it. So, okay, I'm going to share all 9 of my major sources of inflammation in the next series of videos. Very important. If you can't see them all at once, then make sure you view them all over the space of a few days and get wise and get uninflamed. Okay, take care. Bye.